to go live, and we're going to be breaking down are we live? Let me just double check. Let's see, are we live? All right, let me just check real quick. Look like we're having some technical difficulties. Yeah, we are live. We're live on Facebook. Let's see, are we live on YouTube? And once that countdown timer hits 59 seconds, and then we will be getting started breaking down our month, our journey to 100K this month, and then breaking it down to how we're going to take it to 1 million this year. At least that's the game plan. So looks like we're live on all the channels. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. So perfect. And once that timer hits 0, we'll get started. So this is a great time to do a few things. If you're watching on Facebook, you know that if you want to get notified when we go live, you can type the word show into the comments, and then we'll send you an automated message and put you on our notification list so that you can get notified when we go live. If you are watching on YouTube, you just can hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and then also make sure that you hit the notification bell. There's a little bell, hit that, and then we'll notify you when we go live. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be breaking down a case study of this month's profit. So we did about, I thought we did 120, but it looks like after we put it up, we did about 140K profit this month. So we're going to be breaking down the trades, the mindset, what went into making those profits, and basically the momentum that we have in 2018 going into what we're trying to do, which is grow the account to $1 million profit in 1 year. So let's go. Let's kick off the intro, then we'll get into it. All right. Thanks everybody for joining me. Jason Brown here, stock market coach and trader at thebrownreport.com and creator of Power Trades University. And so if you've been following me for some time, or if you're new, welcome to my channel on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever you're watching this live stream from. And so, if you don't know, maybe you don't, maybe you'll know now, I'm on this journey to generate $1 million in profit in 1 year from the stock market. Now you may be thinking like, am I new to the market or something like that? And the answer is no. I've been trading for over a decade. All right. And then we've been teaching people for quite some time now. So this is nothing new. It's just a personal goal that I set for myself to see if I could generate $100,000 every single month profit for 12 months rolling consistently and do $1 million in profit in the stock market. And so right now, as of February 2nd, we've obtained our goal for January. And I'm going to walk you through what that looked like, what type of money we had at risk and at work, and then what type of trades that we went into. So a couple quick things here. If you're not already following me on Instagram, be sure to check us out there. And I'm not sure why I think we just lost the signal. Let me bring that back. All right, there we go. If you're not following the journey on Instagram, be sure to subscribe and follow us there. And let me see. I think we're having a little trouble with the system here. Let me see what is going on. All right, so I'm back there. I don't think it liked me pulling up the Instagram picture or something for some reason. So it looks like we are back, but every time I try to share that. So anyway, it's just at Brown Report on Instagram.com. So let me pull up the second image that I want to share with you and walk you through, as long as we don't have any technical issues. All right, perfect. So here is where we're at as of right now. So this is the goal, ladies and gentlemen: $1 million in 1 year. 50 trades. So here's how I broke it down. I said, what does it take? How much do I need to make each month? And pending that I don't trade some months and different things like that. The key was you need about $100,000 each month for a rolling 12 months. And then if you don't trade for about 2 months, that still leaves us 10 months out of the year to get it done. And so when I looked at that, I said, perfect. We could do that. And we broke it down by saying 50 trades, 20K each. And then when you divided that by 12 months, it roughly came out to be about 4 to 5 trades a month, but really like 4 trades a month at about 20K each would get us there. So in January, you can see we got the boxes that we're going to check down. In January, not only did we get the 4 that we need, but we actually did 2 extra trades, or at least the trades put us at least 40K or 2 sets of 20 into the profit. So let me walk you through what that looked like, because I'm going to give you the complete breakdown. All right. So let's switch channels here. And it looks like we are having some technical difficulties. I don't know why. Oh, no, we're not. There we go. All right. So let me switch that back over. All right, perfect. At least I had 2 separate screens open. Technology, man, sometimes it tries to trip you up. But here we are with the Schwab.com statement. So if you guys know anything about Charles Schwab, they don't do paper trading accounts. So the only way you get these type of statements is by actually being a trader, okay, and placing real trades. So let's walk through what it looked like, and then I think Amy from our team should be moderating the chat on YouTube and also moderating the chat on Facebook. So Amy, pop in there, say hi to everybody, and if I'm having any technical difficulties, just hang with us. She'll be in there moderating the chat if for some reason you guys can't see the screen, but it looks like everybody can see. I'm looking on YouTube. Facebook looks a little choppy. I hope that's just on my end and not on your end. So let's dive into the numbers. And if for some reason it's choppy, I'll make sure I will link to the YouTube version, or if the YouTube version is choppy, we'll link to the Facebook version. But it looks like everything is okay. All right, perfect. So let's walk through it, guys. You should be able to see my screen. And if you love this, give me some hearts up, some thumbs up, some emojis, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, just so I know that you're out there. Sometimes it's a little tough just talking to a computer screen and then trying to navigate all the modules and switching and showing you what you need to. So send me some love. I'd greatly appreciate it if this stuff is exciting and as interesting to you as it is for me. Now, let's talk about the trades, all right? So over here, you'll see how the trades broke down to get this 140,000 profit. Obviously, I blurred out my account number and my account balances and all that stuff. But what's important is that we break down the trades. So if we look at the trades and the close dates, you can see if we take it from, I guess, from least to the most recent, we had MA, which is ticker symbol MasterCard. So we had a trade going on MasterCard. And for me, it was about, I think I had, how many contracts did I have in MasterCard? I think like 50 contracts, 10, 19. I think it was about 50 contracts here. And you could see this was actually one trade, but when it sold it off, it kind of broke it up into different slots. All right. And so this is what it looked like when we got out of that on 117. Now let's take you back before getting into the trade or getting out of it on 117, because this is option trading, by the way. And so I'm all about controlling stocks by using options. I don't necessarily buy stocks, not in my trading account. I use options to get that hyper growth that that you're seeing here. So If we looked at MasterCard, let's pull it back up one more time. We closed out of that trade on, and it's actually still running up, but we don't really hold trades over earnings. So January 17th is when we got out of that trade. So if you look, January 17th is about right here, this day right here. So let me pull up the drawing tool. It was about somewhere right there. Yep, January 17th, right there. That's where we got out at. Really, after that first little pullback, and the stock was still running up. But what we teach our students is not to be greedy. All right. So when we got into the initial trade, what we were looking at on Walmart here, two things. We saw this Bollinger Band pinch, so we saw it breaking out of the Bollinger Band. But if you know anything about trend trading, you can see that the stock was starting to break out of this sideways pattern and kind of trend up the 10-day moving average. See this blue 10-day moving average. And so once we saw that again where you see that back here, right? You kind of see that back here. Like after it, I want to really draw it out. You see the sideways and then the breakout, right? A little bit of sideways and then the breakout. It's kind of sideways and then the breakout, just so you kind of have an idea what you're looking at. Sideways and then the breakout. So it's really about being able to spot these patterns. And so we saw it getting ready to kind of come out of this sideways channel and then go into this breakout mode. And so quite naturally, that is what we did. We ended up jumping in, grabbing some contracts. And you can see here, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, 2,000. I think it was about, what's that, 13, 18. That's about 20,000. So that was the first tick off the box on our way to making our 100K in 1 month. All right. So this one right here, it's just 20K. It's about 20K profit, maybe a little more, a little less. I'm not trying to add this up individually on the fly here, but you can do the math. That was like about 20K. Now, the next trade we did, which was a pretty sweet trade down here on the XLK, which is a sector here, a technology sector. You can see that trade did about 55,000 in profit, right? So that one was about 55K. This trade was about 20K, something like that, about 20K. So you can see just with two trades, we're already at 75K profit. So let's look at the XLK. We sold this one January 12th. All right. But I think we bought this one like late December. So we sold it January 12th. Let's just pull it up and look at what the XLK looked like back in January 12th. So we seen this kind of right little channel going on here, but look at it on, let's go January 12th. That would have been about right here is the day we sold it, right? And so when we purchased it somewhere about right here because we saw this channel. If we were to extrapolate this this leg right here down further, you could kind of see the pattern here. And that's what this is about, pattern recognition. So we saw the pattern, boom. And then it kind of came down, didn't quite touch exactly, but that's all right. It won't be perfect. But that's when we made our move and got in on the XLK. And so basically when it gets to the top of the channel, we know typically we get a sell-off. And so that's why we sold it, right in this area. Now, did it blast through? Absolutely. But we're not here to collect 100% of the profit. We're here to collect the small portion that we needed to collect and do what we need to do and get out. And that was this run right here. At this point, it's too risky to try to hold on for a little bit more money. So yes, you could get a little bit more money out of it, but that's how people end up losing their entire accounts because they don't know when to quit. You look at it right here, it's sold off. So those are the people that end up panicking. What do I do? And they end up buying high and selling low and just not following their game plan. So you can see by following our game plan here, that amounted to, where is it at? There it is. That amounted to about I'll just recap that here. That one was about 55K worth of profit. All right. And what did it cost us? Because I know some people may be thinking, I always like to go over the percent gain. Like what does that mean to you from a percent gain standpoint? Because if you look, how much did it cost? It cost me 75K to make 55K. So if we were to do 55K over 75K, here, let me just pull up a calculator for us and just do it like that. All right. So if we were to take 55K and divide it by 75, I always want you to pay attention to the percent return. Okay. 73%. Can I make this bigger? I don't know if I can make that bigger or not, but 73% return. So let me switch back to the camera view. How many of you, I mean, I want to know by a thumbs up. And the reality is you can. And then someone will probably say, well, you can't make it consistently. Listen, it's available for everybody if you, number one, know how to learn how to read the patterns. Number two, you learn how to read the charts, and then you know how to use options to exponentially increase your gain. So I'm going to go into the next one, but I just want to know, does that make sense? Is this good stuff or not? Hit me a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up or a like button. Because I love sharing this stuff with you guys. And this is the type of stuff we go through with our students inside of Power Trades University every week for 2 hours. We look for these live trades, or we look for trades in the real market. And then we break it down live for 2 hours with our students and walk through how this entire thing works, which is exciting stuff. All right. So perfect. I see the big thumbs up. All right, let's walk through the last one and we'll show you how we closed out the month. All right, so let's make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully you guys can see that okay without squinting. Now, if we look at the last trade, this one is a company that probably everybody watching this on YouTube and Facebook have done business with, which is Walmart. That's right, Walmart. Most people shop there, so they're a consumer, but a lot of people aren't investing right where they shop. You like to be a consumer and spend money there, but the cool thing is you can actually get paid off of all the cool things that are going on at Walmart, Amazon, Facebook, instead of always just being a consumer, right? So if you looked at this one, we sold this one January 25th. The cost for this was $134,000, right? So I get it. Not everybody has $134,000, but let's talk about what that broke down to, right? So profit was $65,000, so $65,592 to be exact. If you divide that, by the cost, $134,203. And you times about 100%, right? So you get a 48.8% return. And I didn't do the return on MasterCard, but I think it was something like a 25 or 35% return, something like that. So you can see on one trade, 75% return, another trade, 48% return, another one, I think maybe 25 to 45%. I don't remember what it was, but type of returns that are available. Now let's look at Walmart. I had 200 option contracts, so I didn't buy the stock. 200 option contracts, sold that on January 25th. Let's just bring Walmart up. Let's talk about what it looked like before we sold it. All right, so Walmart, this one was, let me pull it back. We sold it on the 25th, I think. So yeah, that was right here, this day right here. And it still kept going, but this was the day we sold it, right? We sold it right there. So if I'm able to write sold, S-O-L-D. So that's where we sold it at. Now, this one was pretty interesting because the pattern here, once you kind of get into this pattern recognition, is very interesting. So you can see Walmart has this sideways pattern for a while. And then what happens when it comes up out of that sideways pattern? Boom, we get that explosion, right? Boom, we get that explosion. you could actually go back here and kind of see it too, sideways, and then boom, we get that explosion. Okay. And so this is technical trading. We don't really care about fundamentals, what they sell, what they do, all that other stuff. This is actually a skill called technical trading. You're looking at technical chart patterns. All right. Which we'll talk more about that in a second. I'll share with you how you can get some more training on this stuff. If you love this, if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, because this is exciting stuff, right? So we saw this sideways pattern, and then right about here is where we saw the breakout, the lift off getting ready to happen, and we took a position. So we rode it up, and then we got out. Now Walmart's pulling back, so maybe it'll be an opportunity for us to lock and load and do it again on that trade. So here's the thing. This is how we ended up right here. So what I just broke down for you is how we ended up for the month of January. So we had one trade that was 20K, another one that was like 55K, which gave us 2 check marks, which I should move that over. And then we had the Walmart, which was like 6. We had the XLK. We had the Walmart, which was like 6 check marks, or 3 check marks. I'm sorry. So that's how we ended up with what you see here, which is, let's bring it back for one more time. That's how we ended up with total gains, $143,000. And you can see the period right here. So we're not like fluffing the period. January 1st through February 2nd, but that's because I pulled this today, right before this live. But you can see when we closed all these trades out. Now, you know, February is kind of looking ugly right now because stocks are pulling back, but we got the entire month to go to see what's going to happen. So our goal in this is to do another 100K, excuse me, this month in February. And so I love this stuff. I'm a real trader with my own real money. And I just said, I'm going to share the journey as we build this thing to $1 million profit in 1 year. And if for some reason we hit some snafus and don't get there, you're going to be able to see the entire process, or at least the portions that I can share with you on social media. And if you want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, again, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. So let me just look and see if there's any questions, any comments about what you've been seeing. If you love this, again, hit the like, the thumbs up button. Let me know that this is good stuff and that, you know, you enjoy seeing these breakdowns, these kind of income reports that we're sharing about my personal trading and what we go through inside the university, inside of Power Trades Universities with our members. And on YouTube, got yes, Jimmy says represent. Let's see. Let's pull up Facebook and just see what the comments are. I want to see if there's any questions or anything like that. And then we'll wrap this live up and I'll tell you how you can get some of this. Sean Stewart says, from the Great White North. I thought I saw it. Someone said great information. All right. So here's the deal. And you may be watching this on the replay as well. So as we get ready to wrap this thing up, I appreciate you jumping in with me. Just want to break down another case study of how we did over $100,000 in 1 month. This stuff is exciting, but it's also, you know, you got to keep a level head and realize that this is just what we've been working towards over the last 10 years of trading. So I don't really get too juiced or too pumped about this. I've lost 100 grand before. I've made 100 grand in 1 month before. It's tomato, right? It's about following a consistent plan, sticking to it, and then controlling your emotions along the way. Because most people get high on the highs. I'm rich. Most people get low on the lows. I lost some money. I don't know if this is for me. They get into all that. But the reality is that if you can control your emotions, if you can learn the skill, learn how to read stock charts, and then learn how to supercharge your trading with options, this is the type of money that's available once you perfect your craft. So as we get ready to wrap this up, as always, if you'd like to know when we check out one of my upcoming trainings, because we're getting ready to open the doors to my signature program, which is Power Trades University, where you get the courses, you get the coaching, you get to be part of our trading community. We got thousands of members in there that have purchased courses, several hundred that are part of the membership, where we go live every Monday and look for trades in the stock market, and we talk about the entire strategy. But if you want to learn a little bit more about how options work and a little bit more about that program, I'm hosting a free webinar. It's online training for about an hour. We're going to be running it several times a week and several different dates. You can just type the word learn in, so just LEARN, just learn, and then we have set up to where our messenger will send you a message and just say, hey, just want to confirm you want to know about our webinar. You're going to type yes. Once you hit yes, we'll send you the dates and times so you can check out that webinar and learn how options work. And then we'll also be sharing with you a little bit more about our Power Trades University program. And I appreciate you hanging out with me today. If you're not a subscriber on my YouTube channel, that's where you can find me at. If you are watching on YouTube and you are not I'm dropping knowledge bombs. That's what that was about. But if you are not a connector with us on Facebook, you can find me there. And if you want to see the behind the scenes, because I have to prep for these lives, and we only do these once a month, or the case study, because we want to do them after the month closes out. So in March, we'll look back at February and see how the month, how we ended up for the month. But you can also follow me on Instagram, which that one seems like it doesn't want to work, but you can check it out on Instagram at brownreport.com and get all the behind the scenes action. So thanks for tuning in. If you left a comment and I didn't answer it, I'll be sure to jump in the comments and chat with you guys there. And I'll see you on the next case study or the next time we go live.